nothing wrong with that. It just so happens that sometimes people get in like their ego up their ass when you don't agree with everything that they say,
Oh my god.
and you have to go to a Baptist church to get
It's
baptized.
like you have to change your fucking life.
Period.
To just to look good in front of them.
And I'm not that type of person. I don't know where I get that shit from. I don't know if I had a great good grandfather that was like, fuck all you motherfuckers. I'm doing me. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Like, I don't know where I get this shit from, but when you so used to doing shit because of people, you gonna obviously never like me ever in your life. And I like that part.
Honestly, I've seen growing up, when I started growing up, my brother was bullying me, all of that. Whatever. I was like, you know what? I'd rather stick to myself. Stick to my own gun.
Yeah, stick to your own. Everybody has a niche. That's why I call it. Stay in your lane, because when you got out of your character, you could have been a bestseller, but you in jail.
You know when I'm out of character. You know when, oh, that's not Chris. That might be the fake Chris, but that's not Chris. You know, you catch it. Because I'm trying to do something that I didn't do before.
You're trying to mature and learn from your mistakes.
No, my cousin caught it. She was like, that's not you. I was like, what do you mean? That's not you. I was like, okay, but if that's not me, that's how you want me to be. See, the art of war again. I go off about what you want me to be. But at the end of the day, you come to realize that that's not me.
That's intelligent as hell. I do that shit sometimes too.
Like, there was like, oh, I was trying to show off, be a show off.
Yeah.
Like how some people are, like, they show off. They're like, yeah, I got a job, which I don't. I got a job, yeah, I get money, yeah, that. This girl was sitting right here, looking at me. My cousin, looking at me. Like, who does she think she's trying to be? But don't you want me to be mature? That's what you kept saying.
Yeah.
Stop being kid, Chris. Stop being this, Chris. Stop being blah, 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 Chris.
But you became what they wanted you to become.
Yeah.
And now they got a problem with it.
Thank you.
I keep telling motherfuckers all the time, do what the fuck you been doing or more.
But
regardless, people want to say what the fuck
do
they want to
say. Do you
say.
want that fake mask or do you want the real me?
One. Exactly.
I don't get it. Like, who do you want to see? Because I don't like to be the real me. I don't like to be fucking
I wouldn't say
waking up every fucking morning with a fake ass mask across my face.
That's not even a life. That's a life. That's a strife.
And I'm not like, I always would do things out of the kindness of my heart. I'm always gonna be myself, no matter what the case may be. But if I meet someone just like you, I'm always gonna try to figure how to get that side out of you where it might be funny, To me, it's just like a game. Sometimes, yeah, it does escalate, like you say. Sometimes that goes way beyond where, that anger and blah 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 and so on.
It's not personal. People like people who have no people. I call them apes. Like people like it don't matter what race you are. Just like you just ape minded. Like you don't know how to like literally just like learn to agree to disagree and not think. The first thought is not in your head is not to, oh, I want to fight.
Just say that you're wrong. A lot of people have that hard to do. Like, it's not that hard. Just say, oh, I'm wrong.
All right. I love this topic. Since we on this is very important. I want to ask you. Let's say, we playing basketball.
Yeah.
And one of your teammates comes, and you know those little things that happen in sports where somebody thinks it's a shove and this and that.
Yeah.
And somebody would be like, oh, it's not this and that because the referee called it, or nobody saw it, boom, boom, all these kind of little things, right? It's all really a mindset to get an advantage of what you're trying to get an advantage of. My whole point is that when you have that mentality, people who are not used to that will always dislike you, and you should always jack off to that.
Okay, just letting you know right now. I'm just gonna let you know. Is that a serious question, or is that just
No, I
a
ain't
sense
asked
of
a
humor?
question. I haven't asked a question. This is how I talk.
Alright, again, was that a serious question, or was that a sense of humor?
I don't know.
Cause I can't tell.
I think I'm so mentally disturbed that my sense of humor is just there. I can
Yeah,
like.
you are a comedian 100%.
Oh my god.
When I say that, I really mean it. Like, dude, I can't know to take you seriously or take it as a joke. Sometimes I get confused. Like,
That shit is hilarious. This one of my
I'm
homeboys,
confused.
Tay, he might watch this. Tay, what up, Tay? You gonna hook me with that job thing on 26? I love you. Praise Allah. I don't know if he Muslim or not. I just saying that to be like cordial. But my point is that when I first met him and a couple of his homeboys, great dude, awesome friends. But when I'm just we in front of the cafe, man, he was like, "Yo, like, how do you how serious are you? Like, most of the time, are you like 50% serious, 50% not? Like they and when he asked me that, I was like, I didn't know most people thought that about me until I got older. I was like, oh,
Can't tell.
I guess.
You can't really. That's a question that you can't ask yourself because, honestly, if you try to. Honestly, if you try to ask yourself that question, are you 50%? Because a comedian is always, what's his sense of humor. You can't just.
It's a coping.
Yeah, you can't. You
It's
can't
from
just.
it's how I was brought up. It's just like people tell you shit that ain't true and they make you feel bad about shit you know ain't true. Then they try to get you out for the shit they told you that wasn't true. So like you in this fucking mind of.
See, there you go. There you go again.
What?
Trying to be serious, but you trying to be on the fucking mind, and that little smirk comes into play every single damn time. Like
So you said I never can be serious.
No. This is why people laugh at every single time you talk.
That I noticed. I didn't notice that. Well, you explained it to me even better. Let me tell you something. Is this performance out there at the bar, and before I can even say what I wanted, like I said, boom, boom, boom. People are like dying. I'm like, why are they laughing? And then I watched it. I was like, oh, it's the way. I thought it was just the way I say it.
No.
It's not just that.
Also, it's not because of your sense of humor. It's because of your face reaction and stuff like that. But sometimes this is every single time you try to be serious and the face goes on, but there's a little smirk. If you really play yourself slow mo, and try to make a joke on camera,
I'm gonna do it later.
You'll catch yourself. Play it slow mo. You'll catch a little smirk because every comedian does it. Even Kevin Hart. They try so hard not to laugh to their own jokes.
I've seen it.
Where you'll catch it. I don't know. I guess I've been watching Kevin Hart too much. Represent Kevin Hart.
No, you know what it is? You know what's crazy is that Kevin Hart said in Seriously Funny, his stand-up special, must probably still my favorite stand-up special he ever did. Probably. I might sound biased because I grew up on it, but still. But he said, no, the stand-up special before that, I'm a Grown Little Man. That one. He said, "Don't make me laugh." This is how he did it. And you would think that somebody that practiced that joke millions of times before they even get to a special, that they would have it like be serious. He said, "Real talk. I get." and he had to redo it. He said, "Don't make me laugh. It was the serious." And I don't know.
Yeah.
But there's a darkness to.
Yeah, there's always a darkness.
Like me. Just like everybody, but like
but
I understand. I've experienced that shit. Yes, by coping with it with positive things, and people mistake that. Like they think they can get riled up or say do anything they can. Like you don't understand. Listen to me. You don't understand. I don't care who you know. I don't care where you come from. I don't care what color you are. I don't give a damn. It's you and me. And when I catch you slipping. As long as you ain't here, I'm good.
Yeah. You think I didn't catch that? You see, yo! Oh my god! He couldn't keep it! I caught that!
You probably right about the comedic, because even when I'm serious, I have to have a sense of humor to block that shit.
Yeah.
It's like if I have a knife, I'm like, oh, it's fake. It's fake. I was playing with you. She's gonna call the police. She's gonna call the police. She's gonna call the police. Don't call the police. No, it's Halloween. Chucky knife, remember? I wanna play. Like